Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to European Truck Simulator 2, and welcome to Oslo. So first thing first, we did swap out the Volvo for the DAF. We're getting ready for 1.37, and I'll tell you about that as we get rolling. And we just picked up some, looks like loco parts, wheels and axles. We're going to take these south down the coast. We're trying to get to Bergen. It ain't happening. We can't get to Bergen. It is, I think I know why. We'll talk about that too. So, brakes is off. Front lift axle down, the lift axle in the truck. Trailer lift axle up. We're good. Time is it? 2:40 in the afternoon. We could, yeah, let's do without these. And here we go. So how's everybody doing? It's Friday for me. It's Saturday for you. I did not post a video yesterday. I apologize. Mea culpa. I wanted to, and see what had happened was, we're waiting on 1.37 for ETS. It just dropped for ATS. I assumed that it would be a few days behind for ETS. And so every day that passes, and we don't have 1.37 for ETS, to me that means we're a day closer. But, yeah, so far it hasn't happened. So I waited and waited yesterday. I actually even created a parallel profile, parallel save game, just for 1.37, and then it didn't release. And by the time I realized it wasn't going to release, and thought, well, I'll hop on Farm Sim and do a Western Shore video for you, there was so much prep work because it's the end of spring and we really don't have a whole lot going on until we harvest, right? That just means taking care of the animals for like 3 or 4 game days in a row, and that's a lot of, you know, it takes a minute. So, I could not get a Western Shore video done for you in time. I couldn't get the prep work done. And I couldn't get an ETS video done in 1.37 because 1.37 didn't release. And so today I thought, let's do the same thing. And then I realized, no, it's because it's going to work out the same way. 1.37 isn't going to release. It's going to push into afternoon. I understand now that I can't record in the afternoon. I have to record in the morning. It's just, I don't know. Something. I'm just not as good in the afternoon as I am in the morning, so that's why we're recording ETS. We're trying to get to Bergen, which is the western, yeah, just about the westernmost point in Scandinavia. And it's one of my favorite parts of the map. It's one of my favorite places on the map. It's one of the first places I played when I first got into ETS. I can't get there. And I think the reason is we've been leveling up all of our skills except trip length, because we only record 30-minute videos anyway. We don't need long trips. And I just suspect that Bergen is far enough from everything that you have to level up trip distance to be able to even get to it. And I'll show you, I don't know. Next time we stop at a red light or something, I'll show you. But if you try to pick a cargo going out of Bergen, you can't. All the cargoes go to Bergen. And I think that the distance, the length of road to get to any of the next cities from Bergen exceeds the total trip length that we have skilled up to. Did that make any sense at all? I suspect that it did. It's possible that it didn't. Oh, carefully. Carefully. You know, drivers updated on my NVIDIA card, and I swear, man, sometimes they get it wrong. Or it's looking a little choppy. Frame rate is good, but it's looking a little choppy. Right, what else is going on? Automobilista 2 dropped. I'm not getting it. Decided that a while back. I've heard nothing but good things about both Automobilista, and now the reviews are already coming in, and I'm hearing great things about Automobilista 2. But I think because I'm really not into the Brazilian racing scene, and because I already have so many race sims, I think I'm not going to get it. But by all means, check it out. I've seriously never heard a bad review about the game, about the first one. And then the second one, it's new, it's only been out for a few days, but everything that I've heard so far on that has been good as well. So by all means, I got an announcement that there's going to be another DLC for Train Sim World. I know, right? Surprising. And that is going to be a switching loco for the Peninsula Corridor route. So we'll check that out when it's released. And then I'm curious what's coming after that for Train Sim World. I seem to be, if I ever had the ability to guess or speculate about DLC, I have lost it. I no longer have that ability. So, yeah, We've also got a DLC dropping for FS19 in the next few days. And, realistically, honestly, I could care less. There's nothing about that DLC that appeals to me. It's a gigantic tractor and a seed drill combo, like an air cart, I don't know, some kind of two-piece rig, something, from a brand that I've never heard of. And we've got plenty of equipment just like that. So I don't know. I continue to be curious where Giants is going to take the Farm Sim franchise, what direction they want to head in. But yeah, I'm not getting that. Normally I would get it and do a review for you, but I don't even care. I really don't. I mean, giant tractors, the John Deere 9, and yeah, it just means nothing to me. So that will be well, I really talked it up there. That'll be releasing in the next few days. I want to say the 12th, March 12th, could be earlier. But yeah, it's a balance, like Dovetail. I heard a nasty rumor, about 6 months ago, that an investment group bought up the Train Sim franchise, both Train Sim and Train Sim World, with the explicit goal of never developing or improving the game and simply cranking out DLC. I don't know. Maybe that's true, maybe it's not. People have done much worse things in business. I mean, there's a whole cottage industry. Well, I can't even call it a cottage industry because it's massive and extremely profitable. Billions and billions of dollars. You buy a company, you strip off all the assets, lay off a bunch of people, and then file for bankruptcy. Hey, that's a nice way to do business. Oh, and of course, you personally get paid first. So you personally always make money. A bunch of people lose their job, and a business that has been around for 100 years disappears. But you got paid, So there are some really shitty, cynical things happening in the world. Sir, what the F? What are you doing? There he goes. Almost. We're going to have to go around this fool if he doesn't get a move on, sir. Progress. So the idea that an investment firm would buy a software company or software studio or software publisher and do it's not really nefarious things. It's just it's one of those letter of the law, spirit of the law things. It's not illegal. It's not inherently bad. It's just kind of And I think for people like us that love video games the way we do, the idea of sort of messing with a franchise just for money, sort of doesn't sit well with us. But be that as it may. And what else is going on? Nothing really. I said, of course, the Competizione continues to have some smaller patches, but that game is solid now. F1 2019 had a big patch. No, I take that back. It wasn't a big patch. It was just kind of an update, bug fixes, and that sort of thing. And yeah, I think that's about it. I am curious. I'm curious why F1 2019, and I suppose there's other franchises as well that could do this. I'm curious why, like this time of year, when all the new teams and drivers and liveries are being announced, and they're doing spring testing in Spain, and the whole F1 flow. I'm curious why F1 2019 does not do an update with the 2020 liveries so that we can play the game, because F1 2020 will release in probably August or September. The season's half over by then. I'm curious why they don't release either a patch or a DLC with the 2020 teams and drivers so we can use it for the next 4 or 5 months, 6 months, until the new one drops. Unknown. And it doesn't have to be a patch. It doesn't have to be free, because at that point, right, why would we buy 2020? Well, because 2020 will have the new cars in it. So for now, we'll be driving the 2019 cars with the 2020 drivers and liveries. It's sort of hokey, sort of half-assed, but you know what I mean? That could be a thing. That could totally be a thing. And what else? Farm Sim 19, Farm Sim 17, we're still working away. ETS 1.37, still waiting. ETS ATS 1.37. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. Iberia and Idaho, no word on those. No release date for Trade Sim World. Yep, working through my list. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I covered just about everything. Oh, there's more improvements to the damage model for iRacing. So that has been released, and I want to say there's some new cars, but they're not cars that I drive. You know I'm all about that GT3 life. GT3 till I get my load cell pedals. Then GTE. I need ABS until I get a load cell pedal. It's such a weird thing to say. It really is, right? That we're so, I don't know, our expectations of our sims and ourselves are so high. I just know I cannot effectively control a non-ABS car with the brake pedal that I have right now. I've got to have a load cell. Load cell pedal, if you're not familiar, load cell pedal works on force rather than travel. Entry-level pedals. And I guess mine really aren't, I wouldn't say they're entry-level, but they're not, I mean, it's not Fanatec quality. It's I don't know, consumer quality. But my brake pedal functions by distance. The further you push the pedal, right, the more the car brakes. When you get into a load cell pedal, it's the harder you push the pedal. You can have virtually no travel in your brake pedal at all. It's how hard you push it. And it gives you a lot more fine control. And then when you throw in things like, well, like Fanatec has the rumblers. They've got the little rumble motors in like actually inside the actual pedals, not in the base, but like on the pedals there are rumble motors, so you can get a feel for traction loss, ABS, that sort of thing, and it just gives you so much more feel and control of your sim race car. And I don't have that at this point. I don't have that. So I've tried driving GTE cars. I know people can do it. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying I personally cannot control a non-ABS GT car with the pedal that I currently have. Now, it could be that when I get a load cell pedal, because I've never driven on one, it could be that when I get a load cell pedal, I realize, hey, I can't control a GTE car even with a load cell pedal. But I suspect there's going to be a difference. It's really tricky. And I don't just hammer the pedals. I don't just, you know what I mean, just mash on the brake pedal and hope for the best because I've got ABS. I actually do try to finesse the car a little bit. And I feel like that small difference of ABS, non-ABS is a deal breaker for me when it comes to GTE. So what the hell was I talking about? Oh, iRacing. Yeah, there's new cars, but I only race GT3. I would like to be in GTE as well. And man, it's a Friday. It's a Friday. It's been a week for me. And if it's been a week for you, then we can sympathize. You made it. It's Saturday for you. I haven't even made it yet. I got another 12 hours to go to get through this day. Right. What else is going on? Continuing to escape from Tarkov. Man, Escape from Tarkov. I love that game, but it's an interesting game in that the environment you're in, everything wants to kill you. The other players definitely want to kill you. And I've come across some sweaty players. I totally get that term now. You can play, when you go into Tarkov, you can go in as a geared player. Thick boy, right? You got like tons and tons of valuable loot on you. And of course people are going to chase you. Of course people are going to kill you. They want to take your gear. You can also go in as a scav, which is just a randomly generated, risk-free character, temporary character that you can play. And they generally go in with really not very good gear. I have been chased from one side of a map to the other by heavily geared players, sweaty, chasing down a scav with nothing for no reason other than they just want to kill me, right? I have nothing for them to take. Now, they could be doing a quest that requires scav kills. And, you know, I get it, too. And I'll circle back to that. I totally get it. It's a game where you're supposed to kill people and take their stuff. So it's not really, it doesn't make any sense for me to say, hey, why do you want to kill me and take my stuff? Man, because that's the game. That's why I want to kill you and take your stuff. Now, come here and let me kill you. At the same time, whoa, where'd that come from? Interesting. Okay, I thought they wanted us to swing out to the right. And when I tried to swing out to the right, I saw the blue barricade. Interesting. So no, I totally get it. Like, that's the whole point of the game. That is 100% the point of the game. Is kill people and take their stuff. Why do you want to kill me and take my stuff? That's why. And yet, as I'm running from these geared players, and there was like a squad of them, right? It was, you know what I mean? It was like a franchise, a posse, and I'm just running with nothing, and the whole time I'm thinking, man, leave me alone, just leave me alone, and let me play my game. That's not the way it works. It's bad enough when there's no risk, right? And when you play as a scav, there's no risk. You haven't brought anything in with you, and you can't lose anything. You can only profit. It's still frustrating. When you go in with gear, it's even more frustrating. And it's the entire environment. The players, whether they are sweaty, like I was just describing, or whether they're, a little bit more sporting, a little bit more casual. The AI wants to kill you. The environment itself wants to kill you. If you step the wrong way, you can break your legs. You can trip into barbed wire that will kill you. It's razor wire, and yeah, there's a difference between barbed wire and razor wire. We use the terms sort of interchangeably. Barbed wire is for redirecting cattle back into a field, maybe keeping somebody from going over the top of a chain link fence. Razor wire is an anti-personnel device. It is designed to kill you, and it will kill you, both in real life and in this game. So everything will kill you. And yet, it's fun. I think where I'm struggling right now is I don't want to be teamed up with people. I don't want to have people on my squad, and I feel like, not that they're actively trying to kill me, like team kill me, but that our play styles and our methodology is divergent enough. That's a nice way to say it. That playing together results in us all getting killed because we don't play well together. And I don't mean that we don't get along or anything. I just mean, it's not gelling. You're a fine baseball player, and I am a fine baseball player, but one of us needs to move to another team because the two of us on one team does not make for a fine baseball team. It's a good way to say it. So yeah, just trying to sort it out. It's fascinating to me that most of the games that I play are very chill, very peaceful, and in a lot of ways not competitive at all. You're only sort of competing against yourself, trying to be the best, carefully, trying to be the best truck driver you can be, the best farmer you can be, and then, strap on a rifle and go murder some fools. So it's definitely a contrast. But isn't that what life's all about, right? You gotta have a little duality in there, a little dichotomy. I don't know. Where are we at? 18 minutes. Short video. I thought this one was going to be a little bit longer. But we are down the coast now. Oh, Bergen. Let me tell you about Bergen before we get where we're going. So yeah, I'm trying to get to Bergen. Oh no, I did tell you about Bergen. All right, never mind. Once again, it is Friday. It is a Friday. All right, we're going to make the turn here. And I believe... carefully. We'll make the turn here. We'll get... Carefully. We'll make the turn. We'll get backed in. We'll call it. And then I got to hop back on the farm and get that prepped for you. Oh, carefully. Right. Yeah, I think I covered everything on my list. Yep, I did. All right. Through here. And here. Beautiful. Yeah, you seen that on the wipers? Looks like a little bit of chop. Yeah, it shouldn't be happening. Our frame rate is fantastic. What if that's a VSync thing? Could be. Could be. All right. So we'll flip this around. Is that us right in front? Yeah, I can see the paper signs on the ground. All right, so we'll flip this around. We'll go third person. We'll get this backed in. And we're done. Right out here. This guy. You see this guy out here? Oh, man. He's got the lights on him. He didn't even move. Did not move. All right. So concentrating. Concentrating. Looks like a really... I guess it's the perspective, but it looks like a really short stall. There we go. Get her back to neutral. Set the brake. Wipers off. Lights off. Engine off. Let's see how we did. All on time. I was worried we were going to be late. Oslo to Gothenburg. Beautiful. And we got a ways to go till we level up. There you have it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of European Truck Simulator 2. We'll see you next time. Take care now.